Defying Gravity, the meaning behind the rap. So, in this video, I think I'll elaborate on why I actually chose to do the rap, and elaborate on some of the lyrics as well, using lyrical analysis. So let's start off by saying, what is the purpose of the rap? So, I chose to do the rap as a way of saying that nothing can truly hold you down, in which the word gravity serves as a metaphor to represent all the things that attempt to hold you down, but ultimately you can choose to defy them, and ultimately there is nothing that can actually hold you down for sure. There's never one thing that will always hold you down. Okay, I think it's time for some lyrical analysis.
No matter how many times we try and pretend, it's always round the bend.
So initially you'll probably think that's not very positive, but actually there's some significance behind that, because if you try and pretend that gravity doesn't exist, it's still going to affect you, it's still going to adversely affect you. What you have to do is you have to accept that it doesn't exist. You have to know it doesn't exist in order for you to defy it. That is the only true way that it won't adversely affect you. So when I say it's always around the bend, it just reinforces that. If you try and pretend it doesn't exist, it's always going to be there. So you have to know it doesn't exist, so that way it isn't round the bend. It's not pervading you.
It is the weakest of the four. It can do nothing, and we can only do more.
And when I say the weakest of the four, I'm not just saying that because it flows well. I'm saying it because it is in fact the weakest of the four fundamental forces, as known as in physics. The four forces being the electromagnetic, weak nuclear, and strong nuclear, and then of course gravity. And you can actually demonstrate that by just using a magnet. For example, you can lift something off the ground just using one tiny magnet, and that's stronger than the entire force of gravity generated by this planet. Yeah. And you can always just stand up and jump around a bit as well. That kind of defies gravity.
This force has no true source. It is like trying to speak in Morse.
When I say this force has no true source, what I intended by the use of those lyrics was to say that all these things that attempt to hold you down, they essentially have no real backbone behind them. And ultimately you can defy them because you will have the faith in yourself and the faith that you are correct and that they are wrong to ultimately defy them, yeah.
There is a force beneath us, acting underneath us. It will not defeat us. When we are stood, it only wishes it could, just like we know it should.
Now, the meaning behind the chorus is to suggest that it is likely that there will be things that attempt to hold us down, just like gravity. But by exclaiming the fact that they won't defeat us, what I wanted to convey is that there is no reason why they should hold us down. All they can do is attempt to. And by iterating not 3 times, I think I emphasize that enough. So, continue to defy gravity, and remember, nothing can truly hold you down. So, remember to subscribe if you haven't already, and share the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Remain tenacious and exhibit freedom.